a number of real-life curses out there. Some left behind by criminals who had it out for people, others left behind by witches determined to curse their town, and others are left behind on objects. Today, let's take a look at some real-life curses that have impacted people throughout the years. Starting off this countdown, we have the Cursed Vase or vase. Just about every and anything can be cursed, from cars to dolls, even vases. In the 15th century, a Bassano vase was made specifically for a wedding present. However, the bride sadly died on her wedding night. People immediately blamed the vase. Apparently, it was made with a curse. In fact, anyone that owned the vase would die. In 1988, a person was tired of people dying because of the vase, so they decided to lock it away. Smart move. It was locked with a note that read, "Beware, this vase brings death." But guess what? Some stupid guy found the vase and was like, "Ooh, I could make tons of money off this." So he ignored the warning and sold it at an auction. A few months later, this man and the buyer passed away. After that, 3 more owners of this vase were killed. Finally, it was buried. To this day, no one knows where the vase was buried. And let's keep it that way, okay? We don't need to be fooling around with cursed objects. In our 9th spot, we have Otzi the Iceman. In 1991, in the Otzal Alps of northern Italy, a well-preserved mummy was found. In fact, this mummy is said to be the oldest known natural human mummy in Europe. What was fascinating to researchers and archaeologists was how well preserved the body was. It's believed that some 5,300 years ago, this Iceman was shot in the back with an arrow. The arrow struck a main artery and he bled to death within minutes. But he was preserved in the ice. It's also believed that as he was dying, he put a curse on his own body. The first person to succumb to this curse was Rainer Henn in 1992. Rainer picked up the man with his bare hands to place his body into a bag. He later died in a car crash. In all, 7 people have died because of this curse. 4 of them were killed in very violent accidents. In our 8th spot, we have the curse of Julia Brown. Julia Brown was a 20th century voodoo priestess. She was known to travel between villages to perform different rituals for people, to heal them. However, people started to take advantage of her powers, and this greatly angered her. In fact, it got to the point that she would warn the town by singing a song. In the song, she would say, "One day I'm gonna die and I'm gonna take all of you with me." Now, people laughed about it and even made fun of her, saying that she was going crazy. But Julia was serious. When she passed away, that's when the curse began. While the town was nailing her coffin shut, a hurricane swept in and tore through the village, killing some and destroying the whole town. Over the years, people have tried to rebuild the town, but every time they do it, it always gets destroyed somehow. And people claim that that's because of Julia's curse. In our 7th spot today, we have the Runestone. Bjorkatorp Runestone is a creepy cursed runestone located in a gravesite in Sweden. It's believed to have been around since the 6th century and is 4.2 meters high, making it one of the tallest in the world. But it is arguably the most cursed in the world. An inscription on the side of the stone reads, "I, master of the runes, conceal here ruins of power, incessantly plagued by maleficence, doomed to insidious death, is he who breaks this monument," which basically means don't mess around with the stone, because if you do, you're gonna die. In fact, back in the day, a man tried to remove this runestone himself, but failed, and was later set on fire and he died because of the curse. In our 6th spot today, we have Macbeth's curse. Now, this is one of the most famous curses in history. If you're an actor or you just love the theater, then you probably know about this. There's also a lot of things that you should say and should not say when you're in a theater, like how you have to say break a leg instead of good luck to an actor. Another rule is that you can't say the word Macbeth in a theater unless it's during a performance of the play itself. Why is this? Because of the Macbeth curse. Legend goes that if you do say Macbeth in a theater, bad luck will befall upon you and the entire production. Legend goes that a coven of witches didn't like how Shakespeare used real incantations in the play, so they put a curse on the play to, teach him a lesson. Legend also goes that the actress that played Lady Macbeth in the very first show production died right before opening night. How creepy is that? Now apparently if you accidentally say the name Macbeth, you must exit the theater, spin around 3 times, spit, curse, and then knock on the theater door to be allowed back in. And then the curse will apparently be worn off. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the Guinnesses. The Guinness family is the family behind Guinness beer. However, they are sadly one of the most cursed families out there. They have been plagued with misery and suffering for years. Arthur Guinness was the founder of the Guinness Brewery. When he died, many of his family struggled with poverty. Others went mad or ruined their lives with an alcohol addiction. And then we have a number of his family members that were killed in weird ways. Like one was killed after hitting his head on a toilet tank and then falling into the bathtub and drowning. That's a terrible way to go. So generation after generation, the curse has been passed down. Moving on at number 4, we have the cursed ring. Now we've done a video all about cursed artifacts and jewelry, so if you want to watch more videos about curses, I highly suggest you check out those videos. In the video, we talked about the Ring of Sylvanus, which I probably pronounce wrong every single time. Well, this story is so wild that I had to include it on today's list as well. Back in the 4th century AD, a Roman man named Sylvanus owned this beautiful gold ring with inscriptions on it. One day he was visiting the baths of Nodin when the ring was stolen from him, but he knew exactly who took it. It was taken by a man named Senecus. Since he wouldn't give the ring back, Sylvanus decided to enact revenge on him by cursing it. He did so by going to the temple and creating a lead plate known as a curse tablet. On the tablet he wrote, and I quote, "To the god Nodin, Sylvanus has lost his ring and given half its value to Nodins. Among those who are called Senecus, do not allow health until he brings it to the temple of Nodins." Now it's believed that whoever owns the ring will become very ill and die until it's returned to its rightful owner, who's also dead, so. In our 3rd spot today we have Rasputin, which I might be saying his name wrong, but you know, Rasputin, so that's how I'm pronouncing it. Other people say it's Rasputin, but that sounds weird to me. Anyway, I apologize is what I'm trying to say. When Rasputin was killed, it took a number of tries to actually kill him. Apparently he was poisoned, pushed downstairs, he took a number of bullets to his body, and then he was drowned before he was finally killed. However, he mumbled a curse as he died. This curse was placed on monarchs. He said that all of the Russian ruling monarchs would all be dead within a year. And his curse came true. That same year, all of the Romanov family monarchs were brutally murdered. So his dying wish came true. Coming in at number 2, we have the Knights Templar curse. On March 18th of 1314, a man named Jacques de Molay and a few other Templars were sentenced to death. However, their deaths were unjustified. Story goes that around that time, King Philip IV was borrowing money from the Templars. He never intended on paying them back. Instead, he took the money and then he conspired to get them executed so he would never have to return the money. So Jacques, who was head of the order, and all his men got executed. While he was dying, he cursed everyone involved in his murder. As part of his curse, he said that King Philip will die, and same with the Pope that was in on this plan. He also said that the king's bloodline would end with him. Well, shortly after, the curse came true. It started with the Pope unexpectedly dying of disease, and then King Philip died of a stroke. By 1328, all of the king's sons and grandsons were all dead. His curse eerily came true. And in our number 1 spot today, we have The Omen. This is one of the most cursed film productions of all time, which is ironic. You know, a scary movie actually being cursed. Come on. Anyways, I believe the curse started when a number of cast members got into horrific accidents. The first involved Gregory Peck, the producer, and David Seltzer. All 3 individuals were in separate planes that were struck by lightning. Then the director, Richard Donner, stayed in a hotel that was bombed by the IRA, and he was also hit by a car during the filming of the movie. Gregory Peck, on the other hand, was almost involved in a plane crash. He was supposed to be on a certain flight, but he canceled the flight last minute. That plane later crashed, killing everyone on board. He also learned that his son took his own life only weeks before filming started. But the most terrible accident happened just after the the filming had finished. Special effects artist John Richardson and his assistant Liz Moore were in a terrifying car accident. Sadly, Moore was beheaded right in front of John's eyes. And while John was crawling out of the wreck, he spotted a sign on the road that read, Omen 66.6 kilometers. You can't make this stuff up, I swear. Someone or something cursed their movie set and everyone a part of the production. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which one of these curses you found the spookiest. Honestly, the last one? That is so scary. And now, speaking of comments, let's move on to our comment shout out portion. Ricky Dudley commented, "Hey Peaches, wife loves the videos. If you can please give her a shout out to surprise her. Keep up the good work." Well, Mrs. Dudley, if that's the last name you go by, or Ricky's wife, hey, hi, hello. What's up? Hope you're doing a great day. Hope you're doing a great day. Hope you're having a great day. Jonathan Lucas commented, "Lindsay, honestly, you rock every fit you show up in, from cutoffs to hoodies. I don't know where you shop, but as soon as I find a woman, I'm buying this place out. Stay classy." Whoa, I wish someone would buy out a whole store for me. I mainly shop at thrift stores though, so one of a kind. And Eli Reed commented, "Wow, this gave me the chills. Were they multiplying and were you losing control? Let me know." Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll show you when I show ya. Bye. Others left vases. In all, 7 deaths have been said to be in all, 7 people have died. Oh no. Bjorkatorp. The Bjorkatorp. The Doom 2 Insidious. Whoa. What is this? A lot of people say it's Rasputin, but I say Rasputin. Okay, I'm just gonna say it.